My name is Carlos Monteon Jr. I am a wrestler, and today we're going to be talking about my first ever US Open experience. Alright, so to give a little bit of context, leading up to this competition, I didn't have a single training partner. It was just me training alone at a park pretty much throughout the entire pandemic, so that was all 2020.
I also forgot to mention that I hadn't wrestled since I graduated in 2017.
2021 rolls around, US Open season is here, I register, and I fly myself and my lady out to Coralville, Iowa, which was the belly of the beast of racism. And why do I say that? Because this was shortly after Austin Gomez got yelled a racial slur by a crazy Iowa fan. Now, this was not an isolated incident, seeing as Roman Bravo Young also opened up about his experience wrestling in front of the Iowa crowd and also being called racial slurs. So, with this in mind, I flew out with the intention to piss some people off, and that is why I began wearing ponchos that proudly represented Mexico or Mexican heritage on my chest. That's a little backstory. So my first match right off the bat was against Austin Nutter out of the Sunkissed Kids Wrestling Club. Now, Austin Nutter is a beast. He wound up being the U23 world team member that year, and is an amazing Greco-Roman wrestler. Okay, so right here, he seems to have like a key lock going. I don't know what to do. I'm just scrambling around, running around towards the center. Boom, he whips me over. He's got a front head and arm. I try to duck under. I remember right here when he whips me over and gets like a front head and arm, I immediately went for a duck under type of thing, and I kind of touched below the hips, which in Greco-Roman wrestling, you are not supposed to do. Keep in mind, I had not trained a single day of Greco-Roman, nor had I ever competed in a Greco-Roman wrestling match in my life. So I just threw myself into the wolves and got completely surprised. It gets even better. All right, so he's got a front head and arm, gets behind, boom, takes me over. 4 points. Bro, this is what shows how great of a wrestler Austin Nutter is, bro. This dude quite literally took me over for 4 points and made it as painless as possible. That's how you know that you are in the hands of a Greco-Roman master. So now Austin Nutter is jacking me up, lifting me up by the hips, and boom, takes me over. This was really funny, bro. As you can see, I'm just flailing my limbs around like crazy, bro. And I just remember in that moment when he was taking me over, I just did everything that I could to make it as uncomfortable for him to not throw me over for freaking 4 or 5 points. But I vividly remember in that moment, as I was going up, time just went by super slow. I felt myself tipping over, head towards the mat, and it just felt like oh my goodness, I cannot describe this any better than everything felt like it was in slow motion. Takes me over, boom, I land on my neck and bounce into a backward roll. So takes me over, boom, I pop back up on my feet with a big old smile on my face. Bro, this is by far my favorite match ever. Austin Nutter wins by technical superiority with a score 9-0 in under 30 seconds. My second match of the night is against Tyler DeFiore out of Florida. I hope I didn't butcher his name. We shake hands. Boom. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm keeping my elbows flared out so he's able to arm drag me. I recover. He lateral drops me straight to my back. I'm bridging hard. Do my best to not get pinned. I'm at a national tournament. I'm like, bro, I can't go 0-2. I gotta score at least 1 point. Come on. And right there, oh my goodness. Tyler's got a reverse gut wrench on me right now. I remember he took me over one time, and then I was like, bro, I could probably cartwheel over. And granted I did, but it wound up costing against me. I didn't know that even if you roll over your shoulders that it counts for 2 points, but yeah, I didn't have anybody in my corner anyway to challenge it, so whatever. Boom. He takes me over for 2 points, kind of get a weird position on him, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna cartwheel over right here. Boom. I actually rolled straight to my back. I thought I rolled over. Bro. Bro, I vividly remember feeling as if though I had rolled over my shoulders. Oh my goodness, our memory does not serve us well. But clear as day, I went over my back. So yeah, there's no way you can challenge that. I was so confident too, bro. Takes me over, I try to cartwheel over, boom. Yeah, I definitely exposed. I get on top, but it's too bad. I already got tagged anyway. 8-0, he wins with the timestamp of 2 minutes and 24 seconds left on the clock. It is what it is. It is what it is. Sure, I would have loved to come out on top, but realistically, now that I look back on it, of course, there's no way that a kid who, hadn't wrestled in a high level ever was immediately gonna jump into shark-infested waters and be the crowned winner, right? Keep in mind, I had never done freestyle either leading up to this tournament. I'd only done folk style, but I felt confident enough from what I had studied, because again, I had no partners to train with, that I was going to do well because, again, I was confident in my abilities as a folk style wrestler, which translates very well to freestyle. From what I had studied again, I thought that all it took to defend a gut wrench was just getting flat, but I didn't keep in mind that you have to keep your hips like anchored into the mat as hard as you possibly could, get heavy on your hips. And so that's gonna show in this match because this is the one tip that Ryan Ojeda out of California gave me immediately after my match. Well, you'll just see for yourself. Right off the bat, we shake hands, we're both in our stance. I remember, okay, let me pause this at 6 seconds. I remember right here, bro, I felt confident until the whistle blew. Everything went out my brain, bro. I remember tying up with this guy with so much apprehensiveness within me that I'm sure he sensed it immediately, right? And just took advantage of it. So we tie up right here. I don't know what to do when hand fighting. Immediately ducks under, gets a high C. Boom, gut wrench. I'm trying to quad pod to not give up any points. I end up touching the knee. That's 2 points, takes me over. 2 points, takes me over again. 2 points. I'm trying to, I don't know what I'm doing. Boom, another 2 points, and that seals the deal. Again, the biggest tip that Ryan Ojeda out of California gave me was keep your hips grounded, right? That's it, that's all I needed to do, but I didn't know any freestyle. So again, it is what it is. It's funny to look back at it, but at the moment, it was fun. Honestly, in the moment, it was so much fun. Just being able to go out there and go to a national tournament, which I had never done before, go to a completely different state. Amazing, right? Final match of the tournament. 70 kilos consolation, and this is against Zachary Wigzell out of Southern Oregon Regional Training Center. So whistle blows, and right off the bat, Zachary, boom, goes in for a shot. Oh, let's look at this again. I reach to tap his head because, again, my strategy had changed up until this point, right? I was like, you know what? I'm just going to immediately shoot. Bro, I seriously thought that I was going to be able to tap his head a couple times before I went for my, trusted single leg. But this guy, he was a dog on a bone. And as soon as I touch his forehead, he grabs my wrist, boom, gets it out of the way, and goes in for a shot of his own. Let's see this again. I reach, he goes in for a high C, dumps me straight to my back. That is 4 points. He's on top with a gut wrench, takes me over for 2 points. Dang. I'm like, all right, I gotta score something, bro. I can't go home without scoring a single point. So I'm tapping his head. I'm trying to, get him reacting. He's got a 3-point stance, which at the point I thought it was legal. He goes in for another single leg. Boom, I just defend it terribly and get taken down. He's on top, gets another gut wrench. I'm trying to evade it with my feet. Takes me over for 2 points. I believe that's it. Yep, that's it. 10-0. Zachary Wigzell out of Southern Oregon Regional Training Center is your victor. Bro, above all, sure, I didn't get the result that I wanted. I didn't get to score a single point. And I walked off of that mat feeling so proud of myself for the sheer fact of going out there. Again, nobody in my high school had ever done anything like this at that caliber, especially after high school. right? Nobody in my high school had ever wrestled beyond high school. So it was cool not only to, break these barriers, I guess you could say, but just being in there and feeling firsthand what the highest caliber athletes have to offer in the United States. It was a huge blessing, right? And again, it is what it is. I did the absolute most that I could with the resources that I had available to me, and clearly it wasn't enough, right? I needed now that I'm in this position now, I definitely needed a solid coach. I needed a solid foundation of a support system to keep me grounded, and I definitely needed a lot of resources financially in order to be able to get more experience, not only at the high level, but at levels that were appropriate for my skill level. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like this video, and let me know what you want to see next. Choo!